Hi, my name's Chris. I'm the Rusty Caveman. We're beginning to start another little project. The hand pump that we put on the back of the sink to pump up out of the reservoir that's underneath the sink, it's largely failed. It needs a new set of rubbers, or in the older style, a new set of leathers. I've hated it. I think we wasted a lot of water with it. So we're going to go with a different route. A little more modern technology. For the sink itself, we're going to install a pump. We're going to install a faucet. And that's it. It's a faucet. Going with the very big, very much keep it simple. Just a simple valve. And that's basically it. This will fit onto here like this. And once it clamps down and everything's tight, it will hide the other holes in the sink. That will be able that will dump directly to the sink instead of that little cobbled mess that I have now. And we'll go take a look at it here in a minute. And here's the pump. It is an automatic on-demand diaphragm pump. So I went with a 110. Here's the sensor. Went with the 110 setup. We will mount it on the floor beside the tank. Should tell me which way's in. Yep, here's in, here's out. Gives me some arrows to work with. I'll show you the arrows. That's probably too dark. Show you the arrows. That's probably too dark. Anyway. There's the pump that does everything. I'm going to set this aside. Oh, by the way, cup, coffee. Thank you. My daughter picked me up a pound of Highland grog from Herman's Boy up in Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Actually, it's in Rockford. It is delicious. So this will come out of the faucet, and then it'll come to this piece, and then this will get looped around to go into the side of the pump. Anyway, I could show you a whole bunch of parts and pieces, but not really going to make sense until we actually get around to doing it. For those of you who've been around for a while, you've probably seen this setup. That's just a 35-gallon water tank sitting underneath the sink. We have a simple drain. Currently it goes outside, and that's pretty much it. This year that'll be improved. There is a, see if I can see it in there, there is a pipe right there, clear pipe, that comes out of the bottom of this tank and then goes up into that hand pump. The hand pump, although it looks cool, turned out to be a piece of crap. So, and there's the 4 holes in the sink we need to fill up. And it'll be easiest to get to it once I have the tank out. So that will be the next challenge. And to remove this, there is no P-trap because everything simply went outside. This I will set aside because we will obviously put that back in when we're done. Now this next part's a little on the trickier side. Of course, I don't have the right tool. Wrong direction.
Oh,
Pretty much. Alright, we need this part to stay.
I didn't touch that.
I did. I pushed it up, but I didn't expect it to go kaplooey. Imagine how much easier this would be if I had the right tools. Well, here we are on our third trip to a hardware store to get the right stuff. My name is Chris. I know this angle looks a little odd, but we are coming down to the moment of truth. There was several iterations to this project. I have basically edited most of them out, but I believe that there was 4 trips to the hardware store, Rural King, to come up with a system that would actually work where we could actually get all the fittings that we needed. So in here, it's hard to see, but in here is the fitting, and basically it's just a 90 degrees sticking out. You got the plastic hose going up to this pump, and then luckily coming from the sink up there, that feed line had enough room in this configuration to get to the pump. And so that one little reducer that I was talking about a while back actually was used right there. So currently the wife is putting the hose onto the faucet out there, turning it back on because we had it turned off because of freezing. And we had bought 3 expandable hoses so that they would be easily drained and would fit inside of a 5-gallon bucket that we could leave then inside so it wouldn't freeze. But we'll see how this works. This is one with truth. We're going to fill this tank up and see what happens. Okay, tank is full. Cloth appears to be completely dry. I don't see any drips. As you can see, the tank itself is full. You can see that line up there at the top. Now's the time to test the rest of it. I'll wait for the wife to get back before we do that. Okay, plugging it in for the first time.
it shuts itself off.
Yes, it shuts itself off.
Maybe we need to drill a hole back there.
Yep. Let's check for leaks. No leaks, no drips. Yep, here's the completed project. Holes are filled up. Sink full of dishes, ready to roll. And what's most important, we have running water. Still have some cord management to deal with, but that'll happen probably in the spring when we actually put electrical in. Why not? We're good to go. Hi, my name's Chris. I'm the Rustic Caveman. In this video, you've watched us rebuild our internal water systems. This cabin is set up as a dry cabin, which means there's no external plumbing at all. We have a composting toilet in the back, primarily for Sherry. And then any other functions that we need, we have to go into the main house to take care of that, like showers and stuff like that. Although we do cook our own meals in the cabin for like lunch, dinner time is a family affair, so we cook that in the main house. Really not a whole lot more else to talk about that subject. This was a fairly intensive rebuild. It actually took about 2 weeks because it took a while to get parts. Being in a rural area, you can buy half the fittings that you need, and the other half the fittings are unavailable at any store that you go to. So you have to come up with a new idea, a new design, and basically we go from there. It was a total of 4 trips, maybe 5. There's actually maybe 5 trips involved altogether to get everything we needed. For the last trip, we went to Rural King, and then we went to Bidwell Hardware to pick up the length of hose that we needed, and that pretty well finished up that project. Everything else had to wait until Amazon came in so that we could finish out for a couple of pieces we need from that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed it. I appreciate you following along. This story is only going to continue. The next major project we have in the cabin itself is putting in electrical, and it's all going to be external. That's all going to be on the wall, conduit, that kind of thing. We've got the barn project coming up. Unfortunately, it's got to stop freezing out here so that they can actually get some work done. But that project's coming up what appears to be middle of February at this point. It was supposed to be the second week in January. Obviously, that hasn't happened. Then we've got the big coop to put in. Oh, there's all kinds of projects that are coming up this year. So, subscribe, hit that notification button, get a little notification every time we kick out a new video. But from the bottom of our hearts, Mrs. Caveman and I both appreciate your views. Thank you very much. Have a great day.